Hello folks, Hyphen Carter here, and today we have a showdown between Christos of the Circus Maximus Tigers and Groudon of the Congregation of the Classiest. This is for SPL Finals. I believe the Tigers and the Classiest are tied up at 3 apiece right now, so this is a game that's quite important and can easily turn momentum around for either of these teams. And they should be playing just about any minute. Both Christos coming into this contest is sitting at 4-3, and Groudon is coming in at 5-4. So both these players are actually coming off of losses in their last matchups. Although technically Christos didn't play in the tiebreak because the Tigers won before Christos had to face Void again. And, oh, okay, apparently it's 4-3 now, so there's that going on. And, yeah, so these gentlemen can be starting any minute. I personally like Christos a little bit more in this matchup over Groudon, but both these players are very good. And they've both had very good rookie campaigns in SPL. Christos and Groudon are both very stylistic clashes, as Christos is, again, somebody who's really been running a lot more defensive teams throughout the season, whereas for Groudon, he is somebody who's been running a lot more hard offense. Maybe he's sprinkled in like a stall here and there, but really just offense is kind of the name of the game for Groudon, and generally just a very, very solid pilot. And yeah, so if... oh, okay, looks like they've started. Alright, these gentlemen are live, and Christos with a Roserade lead, whereas Groudon has a Azelf lead. So Groudon indicating offense already. This Azelf could be a bunch of things, really. Whereas for Christos, this could be like a Scarf Roserade, could be Focus Sash. If it's a Scarf Roserade and this Azelf is not Love Berry, then this is great for Christos, but this is a bit of a weird turn. If this is CB Azelf, then like Groudon can afford to stay in here and like maybe click Boom, because again, if it's CB, it usually has Sleep Talk. And if Christos' team, like, yeah, the T-Spike's like not as immediately obvious, but my first guess would be like some kind of balance, and Christos just goes to Tyranitar right away. And this Azelf is shown to be Stealth Rocks, so Groudon gets Stealth Rocks up right away. Christos probably doesn't want to reveal his hand, and if there's a Tyranitar in the back, I'm inclined to say this is Scarf Rose. And we have a bit of a slowdown here. Again, this can also be something like Cobra Azelf, could be Sash, could be... yeah. And again, like, Christos bringing Roserade probably saw what BKC did to Groudon last week, and was thinking that maybe it could pull off the same stunt, but we'll have to see. Groudon down to 270 seconds. Looks like Christos has already made his click. This could be something like Scarf Tar in the back. Could be a possibility, but could also just be like something like a generic utility target. Okay, yeah, it looks like it is in fact Scarf Par. So that Azelf's gonna go down, and it is a 6-5 game for Christos. However, because this Tar has revealed itself to be Choice Scarf, this means that Groudon's going to potentially get a free setup opportunity, maybe. Okay, yeah, so Tyranitar is brought in. This is looking to be Dragon Dance T-Tar. And for Christos, like, I assume Christos has to have something in the back to deal with this Tyranitar, maybe a Scarf Jirachi. Okay, looks like Skarmory is going to be the Tyranitar answer. However, this is Fire Punch, but this could be really tricky. And it is. And it is revealed to be Counter. Okay, Counter on Skarmory, not unheard of. Yeah, it is sometimes used as a alternative over something like Brave Bird and stuff. Like, again, like, you can afford to have a weaker way to deal with Breloom if you're running Counter Skarm. And Counter Skarm's really nice here because of the fact that the Tyranitar again, usually Dragon Dance T-Tar has to run Ice or Fire Punch if you don't have a mag in the back, and this Skarm looks like it is Shed Shell from the looks of it. So that's a really devastating blow to Groudon. And I think he just kind of got caught lacking there. But it's hard to say because I think for Groudon, it's like you really need to get the damage off on the Skarmory. So I think Fire Punching there was fine. It was just unfortunately he had counter. But even if he didn't, it was like you're gonna get Whirlwinded. But if you get Whirlwinded, it's like you're not getting a whole lot of it. And Groudon down to 180 seconds here. So he's really got to think about how he's got to follow this up. But yeah, Groudon looks like he's got some kind of, maybe like he's got like Dragon Dance spam. Like Azelf T-Tar. Could be looking at like a Gyarados in the back as well. And I believe that is physically defensive Skarmory if it's taken 55 from a +1 Fire Punch. Can't say for sure, but alas. Yeah, a lot of downtime here. And yeah, Christos bringing very defensive leaning team. And yeah, there is in fact Gyarados. So no surprises there. However, Christos has to have something else to deal with Gyarados because Skarm can't be like handling all of these at once. Is my main thing. And yeah, no, I think that was like, it might have been like Hybrid Bulk if on that Skarmory if T-Tar was doing over 55, over 50. Oh, it was Spadef. Yeah, that was Spadef Skarm. So this Gyarados is looking to threaten the kill. And to be honest, yeah, Spadef Skarm makes a lot of sense here. I'll say that Shed Shell is a bit of an unusual choice. And I don't know about that one. Because now you kind of run into the problem of like you're just risking a flinch and oh. Yeah, it is Taunt Gyarados. Yeah, that is something that as Groudon I would definitely bring to Christos for a couple reasons. One, Christos has been running a lot of these very defensive teams throughout the season. Like Taunt Gyarados, great call into Christos. And yeah, no, Christos has to have a second plan to handle this. Christos is down to 270 seconds, so this is like kind of like the 240 seconds now. So this is like the first real slowdown that Christos has had so far in this match. And 7 turns in, I mean, you have to have another way to deal with this. And like if it's counter, like you don't have Brave Bird. So that's, and yeah, Latias is shown. So Latias here looking to threaten a Thunder. No, it's defensive body. So this Gyarados, if it is Waterfall Ice Fang, then this is cooking. He is in a great spot, but if you're Groudon, I think you have to taunt here because you don't want to let Christos' Latias be able to get the Reflect Off and whatnot. Because if it gets a Reflect Off, now you're in like a really weird spot. And Groudon down to 2 minutes on the clock here. Yeah, so Christos has a very defensive team. We got Rose, Tar, Skarm, Lati. There's probably a Jirachi in the back. That I would not be surprised. And then, or maybe even a Heatran. Like, yeah, like a sub-Heatran or something like that. Yeah, like really just like a T-Spike abuser of some kind. Or Osgood Rachi. That's the other thing I could see. But if he had... Actually, yeah, no. Lati is the right play here, even if you have Rachi in the back. Because Osgood Rachi normally runs Thunder and Iron Head, and then like max HP sub. 90 seconds here. If you're Christos, I think the question is like you just attack here, like it's already shown taunt, so I think you can. But if you're Groudon, I think you have to taunt here, like you have to keep the Latias from doing any nonsense because you should be able to take 1 hit. And if you can take 1 hit, you can kind of like still get significant chip damage. Yeah, Waterfall here. And okay, yeah, really nice call here from Groudon to just kind of stick it and just opt for Waterfall here. So yeah, Christos kind of got that 50-50 turn wrong, and again, you gotta have something else for this Gyarados. Roserade here. Okay, so he brings out Roserade, and okay, gets the poison point here, so that's actually really crucial here. Because now this matchup went from really dire to, okay, yeah, this has to be Protect Perk. Yeah, so this matchup went from really bad to like a little bit salvageable now. Because assuming Groudon has like a, I believe if he, yeah, so it was Waterfall Return. I believe it, yeah, I think you get rocks up here. Probably, I don't know if that's the right play, but yeah, I think the main thing here is that you don't really have a Great Water Resist. Your Latias is gonna die anyways, so you could maybe look to sack the Lati. And okay, yeah, so Christos gets rocks up. And Groudon's good. Sorry, the Gyarados is gonna go down. So it is technically a 5-3 ball game for Christos, but it's a really shaky 5-3. Luckily, your Skarmory is still healthy at the very least, so you have that going. But I'm not sure. Okay, you can't bring out, if Groudon has Dragonite, you can't bring it out now because of the fact that one, Christos still has a Scarf Tyranitar on the back, which probably is packing Stone Edge, so you can't try to set up on it. Like, you're kind of forced to try and kill her. Okay, so Megros is revealed. And Groudon died 25 seconds here. And if you're Christos, you're probably looking to maybe get some chip back, but the other thing is, I think you have to be very careful of getting tricked. If this Megros is shown to be Iron Ball trick, which it very well could be, and Groudon down to 10 seconds here. Yeah, Groudon's always kept playing low on timer throughout, and okay, yeah, so just kind of plays it straight here. I'm not sure. I think Christos could have maybe tried to get some lefties back, but Skarmory is brought out here, so yeah, again, Christos has to be careful of getting Iron Ball tricked here. Like, on this kind of team, it would make a lot of sense to be like Iron Ball trick on this meta, but Rachi brought out here, so Christos is showing no fear. And this Jirachi, it can't be Super Jirachi, I don't think so. Maybe it's like Mixed Jirachi on this kind of squad. And then Groudon's last has to be like another Spike Immune of some kind, so I could see like Scarf Rotom. Scarf Rotom could be very possible on this kind of team. I could see like Healing Wish Lati. And okay, yeah, so it is Thunder indeed. And Dragonite is revealed to be the last, so it is in fact triple DE spam, perhaps, or Mixed Dragonite. Mixed Dragonite on this kind of structure makes sense too. So, looking at some kind of mixed offense from Groudon, and Groudon again down to 10 seconds. And yeah, no, like looking back at a couple of turns back, I really don't agree with Christos just not protecting there. Like, I don't see why you wouldn't try to protect. Try to like put yourself out of mash range. That's kind of my thought process. Like, and you can also scout out the trick. So I don't get that, but Latias brought out here, so he's gonna be the sack of choice, and ouch, that's not great. That burn's super unfortunate because now we don't know if this thing is like E-speed or not. But Fire Punch, could be looking at Fire Punch Outrage with like extreme speed or EQ Glass. Either one is very valid. We know Christos has the Scarf Tar in the back, and Tar, I think, should be in range. Yeah, I think Scarf Tar should be in range to kill this Dragonite. And yeah, LO Dragonite is like not bad on this kind of team because like you're using it more as a breaker in this instance, and I believe, oh no, I think Christos' Tyranitar is actually just out of range, so that burn really sucks for Christos right now. As for Christos' last, yeah, I think it's gotta be like some kind of fire type here, but yeah, I don't agree with this. If you're Christos, oh, it's Ice Punch on this. Okay, yeah, no, I don't hate that, but yeah, now you kind of run into a different problem now, though. Jirachi, you gotta have another way to deal with this Jirachi. And then, like, usually on these row structures, I assume, like, it's gotta be Heatran Blast on this, maybe. Oh, this is not fun. Yeah, so the Thunder lands here. If you have Heatran Blast, then Christos is chilling. Like, barring some major hacks, like, it is, like, lefty's Tran. Because that, again, that's another great T-Spike abuser on this kind of structure. Like, it's gotta be some kind of Fire, Water, Grass core here. And you would also have like a second steal, so that's kind of like my thing. Yeah, again, I assume this is Oscar Rachi, like, you know, Sub Thunder, Ironhead, Calm Mind. Unless this is like Thunder plus HP Ground. I don't agree with this. I don't know if this is the right move for Christos, but it's shown Crunch, Ice Punch, and okay, so I guess no EQ, but yeah, I don't know if I agree with this at all, to be honest. Okay, yeah, so I guess Christos is just trying to get some chip damage on this Jirachi. And then the Metagross, we still don't know what the Metagross set is. And okay, last reveal to be Rotom here. Is this Subsplit Rotom? Oh, this is Subsplit Rotom, then this is workable. Groudon down to 1 minute on the timer, so does he get it? Okay, so he gets the Para. No, Lefties is not revealed here. So yeah, Groudon's got... Okay, yeah, so Groudon's gonna go for a flinch endgame here. And even if it's a flinch endgame, you still have... Yeah, so I think this Metagross should be able to win, barring hacks. He's gotta land his Meteor Mash. Lands it and gets it. So Groudon wraps this up. He's going to finish this tour at 6-4. Christos is going to finish this tour at 4-4. Very nicely played by Groudon, especially with the taunt Gyarados. That was probably a key part of this game. And Christos, kind of a missed opportunity here for him, if I'm being honest. I mean, like, the lead rows, I don't hate that ring, but like, yeah, like the counter Scar, super nice into Tyranitar, and then the Gyarados shown to be taunt, which was, again, on this structure, makes a lot of sense, because, like, you don't want to get phased out to death and, like, Scar kind of sits on stuff. I guess Groudon caught a bit of a break landing on his Thunders and getting the proc that he needed on the Rotom. So I guess he quote-unquote got lucky, but not really. Alas. And then I think on the Pert on meta turn, like, I think you could just maybe try to get some health back and then try to, like, force some more damage on this Metagross. So that's kind of the key things here, and the burn on the Latias was pretty unfortunate because of the fact that, one, I think the Latias could have forced another attack of the D-Knight, and because that way the D-Knight would take more Life Orb damage, and then that way Christos can safely lock into Crunch. So that's kind of the key things to take away from this game. And Groudon again, did a pretty good job making the most out of what he had, even after that pretty nasty early start on his end. And Christos, again, just feels like some missed opportunities here. That being said, though, if you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'd like to thank everybody who's been kind of following this coverage on YouTube from like start to finish. That being said, like I said before, I will see you guys next time.